45 minutes before Dale is off work, and I got to get the pizza in the oven because that's right. I'm having pizza for dinner because yum. And it's easy. Want an easy pizza crust recipe? I'll leave it down below. But so easy. Oh, homemade pizza. Yum, 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 yum. All right. We're going to get this done. I dug this out. I didn't have to dig it out. It was sitting on top because, you know, I just got this and I'm done petting it now and I can start gluing it down. Yeah. All right. We're making a tippy outer inner flippy thing because I'm into flippy things. And we're also going to use some of the cutoffs and stuff. That's what we're going to do. All right, so I printed out this great big picture, which is a whole bunch of pictures of something. My brain just went blank. Oh, of the floor stand frame stitch. Oh my gosh, English is my second language. Dale and I built a frame for my cross stitch that sits on the floor. I wanted to buy one, but they're really expensive and none of them fit what I needed to have because I'm special and I have to do it my way. And so we said, oh heck, we can build that. And so we did. And I love it. It has some weird boards sticking out, mostly because I haven't got all of the sizes of the frames that I want to use with it yet. I am trying to budget somewhat, sort of. And so once I get those, we can figure out where we have to do the whole, because it's all adjustable. You can rearrange it up and down and you can move it in and out and all that stuff. And so when I get those, we will measure again and add the holes for the sizes. This is, I believe the frame that I have right now is one of the smallest or close to the smallest. And so I need that. The holes will go out on this back piece, and I'll show you a picture, on the back and the bottom pieces, and that way I can move it out or move it back in depending on which frame I want to use with it. And when it warms up and I can take it outside, I'm going to stain it a dark walnut, and it works both with my really deep couch and my work desk, not my crafting table, but my desk. If you watched my weekly recap video, I think I talked about this and that and showed some photos and stuff. So you can see more there. But anyways, I love it. He did a great job on putting it together. We routed it all. He routed all the edges. We have pretty bolts and all that kind of stuff. It looks really good. And I'm really proud of him for how well it turned out. All right. So anyways, long story long, I'm going to make that a flip so I still have space for everything else that happened. Because this is for, what days is this for? The 3rd and the 4th. And so I had more stuff I wanted to talk about that day. So I just made it into a flippy. And I took this page out of the Simple Stories Vintage Cottage Fields 6x8 pack. I cut it down to 5 3/4. Well, I think I went a little smaller with this, 5 and something, but so that it'll fit in here. And I didn't cut the bottom off yet, so hold please. The nice part about the Artist Loft books is if you cut your pages about 5 3/4 by 7 3/4, they fit just about perfect with a little space in the middle because you don't want to go out to the very, very edge. Or into the spine because it won't, after a while it gets really thick. I'm so tired of hearing the buzzing outside. It's like with them working next door. Still working next door. Yes, they are. But anyways, I really like how it turned out. I printed this photo collage using Photoscape. You can find it at photoscape.org. I will put that link down below. Also, it is a free software for both Windows and Mac. I love it. I use it for all my photo editing. Not basic photo editing. For basic photo editing, I just use Preview on my Mac. But for any kind of collage work, or if I need to fix something in a photo or whatever, I use that program. And again, it's free. I purchased the full version, but there's so many features in the free version. You don't have to. I do that. I'm going to make this a little narrower, just a smidge. There we go. And I think I'm going to do, normally I do a flippy out to the side, but I'm not sure I want to up, out, up or out. We have to decide because this has to go in first. Okay, out it is. And I'm going to use Scotch tape. That's what I'm going to use because it sticks good enough and it's clear. And I'm too lazy to pick out of the 5,000 rolls of washi tape something that'll match and something that then you have to reinforce it and all of this stuff. Or you can just use good Scotch tape and it does the work for you. Scissors! I need scissors. Wow, I really need to get that stool fixed. Don't I? All right, that's good enough. So we're going to put that so that it lines up. Probably going to get my head in the way, so watch out, gray hair alert. Nice part about clear tape is you can see exactly where you're gluing it down. All right, and I left that little gap because I have this little tiny strip of the cutoff, and I just thought that looked cute. And I'm over the top like that, right? Because if you got it, use it. All right, how am I going to do that though? 8-inch tapey tape. I would just glue it, but I'm going to have a hard enough time controlling it as it is. Hold on, can't tape and talk. But yeah, so I really like how the frame turned out, and I haven't got to use it yet. Because it's so busy. I am so busy right now. It's just nuts. It's just nuts. I don't know where the day goes. And I get up about, I don't know, 8 o'clock in the morning or so. But I'm up till usually around 3 in the morning because I function at night better. For as many years as Joshua has been alive, I have gotten up bright and early in the morning to be the good example of a mom who gets out of bed before her children. Well, this year I decided, well, if he hasn't figured out I'm a bad example for a mom, there's no helping him anyway. So I'm just gonna do what I want to do. But old habits die hard. So right now we're still trying to find him another job, and that means that he's at home and I'm at home and we sleep in because I'm up all night and so is he. But I get more done between the hours of 10:30 and 1 a.m. than I do all day long, it seems like. That's not true, but it seems like that. It's like the guys go to bed or go to their room or whatever, and I'm like free, which is so silly because I'm free all day long. But there's something about at nighttime, you know you're not going to get interrupted. There's not going to be a text that shows up when you're busy. You know, there's not going to be a phone call or somebody knocking on the door or I need something, you know, or whatever it is. And it's the only hours of the day where I'm not responsible for anything but myself. And I know that sounds absolutely ridiculous, but that's how my brain assesses it. All right, so there's that. And then I'm just putting these silly strips because I can't, aren't they pretty? You got to do it, right? You got to put the stripes down. Actually, you just can't waste scraps. Isn't that how it is? I don't keep scraps anymore in general. I keep the scraps off of stuff like this with the collection until the collection is done, and then everything goes. Whatever's left is just I toss because I know that I won't use any more of it. So there's no sense in keeping it. And I don't scrapbook, so I don't need layers and all that kind of stuff for something else. And although defined scrapbook, isn't that kind of what we're doing? And I don't even know, this may look stupid when I'm done. But I'm doing it anyways. Hold on, headshot. There we go. And see, I still missed. Hold on. Oh my gosh, what? It's kicking my butt. Anyways, so this was Wednesday and Thursday of last week. Well, that's not true. These photos weren't Wednesday and Thursday. These bottom photos were, but these were from the weekend. But because I wanted to take pictures of it in the house, also, I combined them. And you know what? Nobody knows that but me and now all of you. So don't tell anybody. But it doesn't really matter. It's the story more than the actual date. I mean, if somebody dies or somebody born, that's probably a date to remember perfectly. But when I built a frame to cross stitch on, probably doesn't need the same sanctimoniousness of it. All right. So what do I got over here? All right. So at around 2:30 on Wednesday, my alarms went off and I looked up to find the crew back. I haven't seen them for a couple of weeks and I thought, oh, there's a set of twins and a loner and then a buck who has not figured out that the twins are not girls. He's not smart. But they're impatiently waiting for the apple trees to fill up and for me to take my fences down so that they can get to the apple trees because they're really kind of miffied over the whole deer netting fence thing. They find it incredibly rude that I would want to keep my plants in my garden from being trampled over the winter. I know, right? But anyways, they were outside playing in the yard. I'm always afraid when I see them, though. It's like a love-hate thing. I love to see them, but oh my gosh, it's heart-stopping some days because they will just run across the street. They don't care. there's no fear. While I'm sitting in the house going, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, watch out, there's a car coming, there's a car coming. God, oh, one of these days, just one of these days, you know. And luckily at that hour that it's a lot less of a fear, but there are moments because normally people at 2:30 in the morning who are driving past our house are not, you know, in general probably headed home from the bar. Okay, probably not, but that's when it closes, or it used to. I don't know. COVID changed all that, so now it closes when they get away with it. I don't know. I don't drink, so mostly because I just don't drink anymore. I have cross stitch to buy. I ain't got money to spend on booze. Have a silent moment for glowing. So I thought I would so I've got a couple of pictures off the cameras of them. It's always so weird looking out on the cameras because it looks like daylight out there because of the LED lights. And so the whole yard looks lit up. But you look out the window and it's pitch black and you can't see anything. So that's always funny. But so that's what those two pictures are. Oh my gosh, go home, people. This picture is of my lemongrass, and I've been taking pictures along the way of growing it. It is my pride and joy right now. It is 6 feet wide by 5 feet tall, and it is finally big enough, finally big enough for me to start harvesting full-size lemongrass off of. I'm so excited. I'm going to put it out in the front this summer so that it can sturdy up a bit. I try to put everything out during the summer so it can kind of just have some sunshine and get, you know, the roots going really good and that kind of stuff. And then I bring it in for the winter. And, okay, so I'm gonna put this other little piece right over here because I have it and I don't want to waste it. But right now it's such a happy little camper, and it has its own little spot because it's huge, which I'm tickled over because I have this space in my craft room that is next to the pellet stove that no furniture fits in. Nothing fits in. I don't know what they were thinking when well, I know what they were thinking. They were drunk and they were flipping the house. We have come to that conclusion. The condoms and the beer cans in the walls, when we have taken walls down, prove that they were not serious about remodeling this house to live in. I kid you not. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, anyways, it's this weird little thing where they added on a bathroom into this. I think this used to be the garage, is what I think, but who knows? And it just, you can't fit anything over there, and you can't put anything on the walls because they're weird walls. And so I just, I love that it just sits there and fills up this whole space that's awkward to use, awkward. But yeah, really tickled over it. All right, next thing that I got going on over here is this is another one of those cards from the paper pad. And again, it's these stupid sayings that they do. And y'all know I'm a huge Simple Stories fan, but I don't understand the journaling cards in the paper packs. And I get it. They're probably for making cards, but it makes no sense to me. I just don't understand why they had to be written that way. Why couldn't you, you know, it all begins with love, or it all begins with joy, or something generic. What do you do with that? So anyways, that's my grumble. All right, so I think I'm going to put this together before I lay it down. But this is of, I'm not gonna like hook it down really good though, because it probably won't be straight if I do that. Like it's gonna be straight anyways, but you know, we're trying. Okay, and this is of my okra, and about once a week we get off of 3 little 2 foot, well they're like 2.5 feet tall okra plants. We get enough for a meal every week. They're awesome, and they look like tropical plants. I've talked about them a million times before. I'll put a link to our indoor gardening stuff so that you can see what all we grow in the house if you're interested. But I was shooting for the center of the page. I'm off, but that's okay. I was thinking about like putting like a little, but I think that's overkill. So we're gonna have one little piece left, and all that I do with them is I just stick them in my little box with my ephemera and stuff. So I need a date thingy. I don't need a date. I don't go out. We don't date. It's expensive. Although there better be chocolate on my birthday, because I have sent the guys to town together like a billion times. I even gave them cash. You know, like if you guys need any cash, here's some cash with the look. You know the look, right? The look of it better be buying my chocolate for my birthday. Because that's all I want is chocolate for my birthday. I need something for the date. Where did the... Need something for the date. I think I'll use this one and use a white gel pen to write on the date. Ah, what do you think? That's a get her done, right? Okay, so we've got every day is a gift, and it is. And if it's not, you need to make it a present to yourself. Then you open it up, and I've got my pictures over here, and more pictures. And did I mention pictures? And I'm going to go over there and sit. Even though I'm sitting now, I can't journal here. I don't know why. It's so weird. And I'm going to write my memories in for these 2 days and take a couple pictures and get this video uploaded for you fine peoples to see. Because we all know you are interested in my life. I love YouTube. It's my favorite. All right, you guys. I will see you in the next video, which will be... That's a good question. I think I'm going to do this journal. I have my fabric journal that I'm putting together from all my cross-stitching stuff, but I'm embroidering the cover for it. But here's the thing. When I get done with filling this up, I'm going to replace it with a new one. So I'm going to take the cover off and put it on the new one. So I thought I would take some of the paper from the 12 by 12 of this that I bought, and I would cover it and decorate it. So I was thinking I'd do that on a video. What do you think? Should I do that on a video? And so you can see what I did. It won't be totally exciting, but hey, it's gonna be something. All right, you guys, I will see you in the next video. You have a wonderful day. Go out and grow something. Anything. Herbs. Gotta grow basil. Later, peeps. Bye.